Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we're looking at today is a 2012 Toyota Prius V3. This Prius V is painted in the Blizzard Pearl exterior color. It does have smart key access for the front doors. And on the key fob, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, and panic. The front door panels have storage with bottle holders. You have power windows, locks, and mirrors. It has a dark gray interior, and while the 3 trim would normally have cloth seats, this one has been fitted with custom Catskin brand leather seat upholstery. Now both front seats are pretty much fully manually adjusted, although the driver's seat does get one power adjustment, and that being for the lumbar. But now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start it. It does have push-button start as well. In the world of hybrids, the Toyota Prius is without a doubt the car that put them on the map. In fact, it is one of the most popular and commonly seen cars on the road to this day. The Prius launched in Japan for 1997 as the first ever mass-produced hybrid passenger car, and for 2001 it would debut in the US market. The model would go on to become a phenomenon. It's definitely one of those love it or hate it kind of cars, but nonetheless it's been a monumental success. But now let's get into the Prius V like we have here, and therefore the Prius family as a whole. So in 2012, the original Prius model was in its 3rd generation, and Toyota wanted to expand on the Prius nameplate, so they launched what they called the Prius Family, which saw the introduction of 3 new models with the Prius moniker to go alongside the original. First, there was the Prius C, which was a smaller, subcompact alternative to the standard Prius. It was based on the Yaris's platform and was intended to be an ideal choice for urban environments. Next you had this, the Prius V, which was intended to be a larger, more practical, and versatile Prius. It used the same platform and powertrain as the 3rd gen Prius, but it was quite a bit larger with a much taller roofline and significantly more interior space. Finally, there was the Prius plug-in, which was a new plug-in hybrid variant of the regular 3rd gen Prius. But anyhow, the Prius V ended up lasting just 1 generation, spanning in the US market from model years 2012 through 2017. It was discontinued as far as I know due to losing sales in favor of the RAV4 hybrid when that model came out. For 2015, the V did get a mid-cycle refresh, making this 2012 a first-year pre-facelift model. The US market 2012 model year Prius V came in 3 trim levels, 2, 3, and 5. You had one sole powertrain combo, and that was a 1.8-liter inline-4 internal combustion engine paired up with an electric motor for a combined 134 horsepower, linked to a CVT and front-wheel drive. So it has a centrally mounted digital instrument cluster, power gauge, speedometer, gear position, fuel, battery, and then there are a couple of things you can go through via these buttons on the steering wheel. So you got your trip computers, trip A and trip B. At the time of filming, this one has 122,365 miles, and then with this display button, there's a couple other things you can go through too, like your range, average fuel economy, that kind of stuff. It has a 4-spoke design, multifunctional steering wheel with comfort grips all around the rim. And as for controls, on this side you'll find your audio controls. Below that, your Bluetooth hands-free phone controls along with your voice command button. Then on this side you'll find your information display controls and your temperature and recirculation buttons for your climate control. Climate controls in the steering wheel is not a very common thing. And then you have your cruise control stock. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. The parking brake is foot operated. You have your panel dimmer, climate vent for the driver. On this side you have your exterior lighting stock. And on this side you have your wiper stock. So going down the center of the interior, you have your aforementioned central gauge cluster, your central climate vents, the button to go between your miles or kilometers per hour, hazard switch, digital clock controls. Right here is your whole radio / touchscreen infotainment system. We'll go over that more in a bit. Physical radio controls as well, CD player, your push button ignition, and then right here is your gear shifter. Going into reverse does reveal a backup camera. Get a set of single zone automatic climate controls. Kind of unique dial we have here. You can click over to that, click over to fan speed. With this is one dial, click over to temp, then different modes. Got a 12-volt power outlet, along with a USB port and an aux port. Storage area right here. This one has 2-stage heated front seats. You have a cup holder, slides out. Up here we have another cup holder and then 3 different driving modes. Your EV mode, where you go just off the electric motor, then Eco and Power mode. And you have a center console with this removable tray. You can open it from 2 different buttons. Upper and lower glove boxes. A cup holder for the front passenger. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights. Auto-dimming rear view with garage home link. On the overhead console, got a sunglass holder, your overhead lighting. And there are grab handles at all 4 corners. And finally, here is the infotainment system we got in this 2012 Prius V. So you go to audio, you have AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth audio streaming, plus the CD player. Now to apps, bring up the map because this thing does have a navigation system. There's your navigation map right there. Pretty dated system, 10 years old, but I think it's pretty cool to look at the older stuff in terms of technology and vehicles. And then this, if you had a subscription, it's kind of like SiriusXM Travel Link, where you can go to your local weather, sports, stocks, traffic, fuel prices, that kind of thing. Then hit setup, there's quite a lot of stuff here. Bluetooth, various vehicle settings, audio settings, that kind of stuff. And then you have a shortcut to the Bluetooth. But now we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window and then take a look at the engine bay. All 4 windows are fully automatic. The standard rims on the Prius V3 are these 16-inch 5 split-spoke alloys. Prius V is propelled by Toyota's hybrid synergy drive, which includes a naturally aspirated 1.8-liter inline-4 combustion engine and a permanent magnet electric motor. The all-aluminum gas engine, which includes dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, and a VVTi technology, is putting out 98 horsepower and 105 pound-feet of torque. The electric motor makes 80 horsepower and 153 pound-feet. Total net output is 134 horsepower. Sending that power to the front wheels is an electronically controlled CVT automatic transmission, or eCVT. Running on regular unleaded with an 11.9-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates for the Prius V are 43 mpg in the city and 39 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a torsion beam rear suspension. Stopping the car are four-wheel disc brakes with vented front rotors, and curb weight is roughly 3,300 pounds. The fuel cap, as seen earlier, is on the driver's side. Also, storage and bottle holders in the back door panels. Very easy folding back seats. Both front seats have mat pockets in the backs. Coat hooks. Rear passengers do get two cup holders right here, as well as a folding center armrest. And these back seats are actually adjustable. You can slide them back and forth. And then with the same lever you use to fold them, you can recline them, which adds some nice adjustability to it. And space back here, I'm about 6'1" with the driver's seat in a comfortable position for myself. I'd say it's a pretty roomy back seat, not too much to complain about. Legroom, footroom, decent. Headroom, I still got a couple inches. Then again, of course, the Prius V was supposed to be the roomy Prius. Toyota made this big campaign in the early 2010s with the Prius Family. You had the regular Prius, the plug-in hybrid, which for the next generation ended up becoming the Prius Prime. Then the C, which is based on the Yaris, still a hybrid. And then the V, based on the third-gen Prius, but larger. I would expect this one to have a pretty roomy back seat. Now, I have been in the back seat of a regular Prius, and I could definitely say headroom in particular is a lot better in this one. Single exhaust, rear wiper. With the back seats up, you can get up to 40.2 cubic feet of space in the Prius V. Fold the back seats down and you then get 67.3 cubic feet of cargo space. But anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2012 Toyota Prius V. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.